Oh, hello. I'm in New Zealand. Check me out. I finally got here after a really, really long flight, and I'm back home in my house with my mum and dad and my cat, my dog. The whole gang's here. Um, but it was like an 18-hour journey in total. I took a plane from San Francisco to LA and then to LA to Auckland, and the LA to Auckland one was like chill, It was a good 13 hours worth, but it was fine, very plain sailing, plain flying. And the first flight, though, freaked me the bleep out. It was one of my more scary flights I've ever been on. Um, Basically, thought I was going to die for a second, and I generally do think I'm going to die on planes because I am quite scared of planes sometimes. And but this one was sort of another level. I basically was sitting there with like a glass of water on my tray table, and had ice in it and everything, the whole 9 yards, and it suddenly just dropped off like the tray table onto my shoes. And I realized at that point that we were just going, like, the plane was going from this to this. We just started going straight down for like a couple of seconds of just free fall, straight down towards the ground. And I kind of like looked over everybody else, and everybody else was freaking out as well. And when everyone else is freaking out, that's when you need to freak out because, like, it's not just you. You just didn't feel that. Everybody did. And there were like grown men like near me, like like gripping the seats, freaking out. So I freaked out. Heart was like beating out of my chest. I couldn't breathe. I was like looking out the window. I didn't know what was happening. And the guy next to me, thank God he was there. He was kind of like this sort of older guy. Kind of reminded me of my dad. He's like, "It's all right, dear. It's absolutely fine." But at this point, we're still dropping. And then finally we just sort of went out of this free fall, and we just went whoop, like back up again, just to normal, like nothing happened. Pilot didn't say anything, the stewardesses didn't say anything, and all of us were just sort of looking at each other like, did we just almost die? And the guy next to me was just like, it's okay, like he's probably a little ahead of his flight plan, he just had to brake, which is code for like we just about smashed into another plane and he had to stop really quickly. I'm thinking. But anyway, so I started chatting with this other guy and he kind of like calmed me down. But my God, I was really glad to get on the ground after that. And then I had to go and check into my next flight and get on a plane for 13 hours after having that near death experience and after getting freaked out by planes. Um, but I got here anyway, so I'm in New Zealand and with the fam and trying to just sort of get back into New Zealand life. It's just been a couple of days so far, and I'm still kind of just getting used to the fact that I'm here. And I'm sure I'll feel a little bit more comfortable. But right now, it just feels weird to be here after being in big cities for a few years. But I'm sure I'll get used to it.